All right, so Govee officially has the best-selling permanent outdoor decorative house lights. They introduced these lights in 2022 and they have absolutely exploded, and for very good reason. First of all, they're permanent. So once you install them, you can leave them on your house for years to come. That means no more getting up and down the ladder every single year to put up those tangled lights that are sitting in your attic. They're also fully weatherproof. They can withstand a range of -4 degrees to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. They're IP67 waterproof. They're UV resistant to protect them from sun exposure, and they're rated to last for 50,000 hours, which is nearly 6 years of nonstop use. And oh, by the way, they're extremely bright, they're colorful, and they almost guarantee you'll have the most festive looking house in your neighborhood. And thanks to the Govee app, you have access to over 80 different scenes, so no matter the holiday or the occasion, you'll have the perfect lights to match. If it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, your birthday, you can set the mood for your entire house with the touch of a button. Now, I've officially had these lights installed in my house for a full calendar year, and there's definitely some things I can share about my experience. But before we get into that, we actually have to talk about some new additions to Govee's lineup, because they now have the Govee Outdoor Lights 2 as well as the Govee Outdoor Lights Pro, which are both upgrades over the original. As far as the Outdoor Lights 2, you're going to get brighter performance with around 40 lumens per light, and instead of just RGBIC technology, you're now getting RGBICW, which means you have a dedicated chip for the color white, and that's going to give you much better color accuracy. Of course, everybody loves the festive colors, but sometimes you might just want warm white or cool white, either for security purposes at night or maybe just for general aesthetic lighting. In this example, you can see just how dark the front of my house is at night. If somebody's approaching or creeping around my house, it's almost impossible to see. But once I turn the Govee lights on, it's a huge difference. And if anything's going on out there, I can actually see. And again, with the Outdoor Lights 2, when you're using those white colors, you're going to get way better accuracy. I'm actually going to show you a comparison later in the video so you can see exactly how much better the white colors look. You also have access to even more colors and scenes, with over 100 compared to about 80 on the original. And there's even AI generated lighting effects. You can literally go in the app, describe the type of scene that you want, and the app will create it for you. As far as smart home integration, you still have Google and Alexa, but they've now added Matter to the list as well. Now, moving over to the Govee Outdoor Lights Pro, these are going to give you the brightest performance with around 50 lumens per light. This is their top tier model with RGBICWW technology for the ultimate lighting experience. Just like the Outdoor Lights 2, you're going to get better color accuracy with the color white, and the adjustable temperature ranges from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. And when it comes to larger homes with more complex layouts, the Pro version is definitely the way to go. For one, it has options up to 200 feet compared to 150, and they can easily be cut to size thanks to a splicing kit that comes in the box. With the original Outdoor Lights, there were some ambitious people that were able to cut and splice them, but it's not recommended by Govee, and it requires you to know how to solder, which honestly, the average person probably doesn't know how to do. But the Pro version comes with these easy to use wire connectors that require zero soldering. So if you're not a professional, you can still get the job done. And then just like the Outdoor Lights 2, the Pro version supports Google, Alexa, and Matter. Now, as you'd expect, the Pro version does come with a higher price tag, but surprisingly, the Outdoor Lights 2 are the exact same price as the original. I'll be sure to put the pricing differences up on the screen so you guys can take a closer look. Now, when it comes to the actual lights, if you compare the three, you can see some of the changes. For the most part, the original and the second gen appear to be the exact same, but if you look at the chips on the inside, you can see that the second gen has separate sections for RGB and white. Now, as far as the Pro version, you can see the shape of the light is a little different this time. Instead of a square, it's a little bit more round, and it has more independent chips on the inside to give you that better color accuracy. And then on top of that, the actual bulb itself is larger compared to the other two, which helps give you that brighter performance. And actually, since the Pro version is brighter, each section only contains a total of 10 lights compared to 12 lights on the original and the second gen. You'll also notice that the wire in between the lights is slimmer. And another thing to mention about the lights is they now come in black. So for those of you with darker colored homes, they've got you covered. Now let's go ahead and do a comparison so you can see the difference in color accuracy. So right here on the right side, we have the original outdoor lights, and on the left, we have the outdoor lights too. As you can clearly see, the original have kind of a purple tint, whereas the outdoor lights too are cleaner and more accurate. And then when you switch things over to a warmer color temperature, the original appear more yellow and gold, whereas the outdoor lights too give you more of a daylight temperature. When you compare the other colors, I think the performance is a lot closer between the two. So the main benefit comes with those white colors. Now right here we have the exact same comparison, except this time on the left we have the Pro version, and it's the exact same thing. You're getting a much cleaner and more accurate white color compared to the original. And this time the difference as far as brightness is more noticeable. I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but in person you can definitely tell that the Pro is brighter. Switching over to a warmer temperature, again, you get more of a daylight type feel from the Pro version compared to the original. And then when it comes to the different colors, again, it's pretty similar, but you can make the case that the Pro version is brighter. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, I've had the original lights installed on my house for a full calendar year, and my experience has been excellent. I know some people are probably skeptical that the lights use 3M adhesive, but I can tell you firsthand, the 3M adhesive is legit. It's not coming down unless you intend for it to come down. A few of the recommended surfaces are wood, metal, and vinyl. The eaves on my house are vinyl, so it's a nice flat surface. And if I want to remove one of the lights, I literally have to pry it off with a screwdriver. I live in the Midwest and we get all 4 seasons. In the wintertime, it gets as low as 0, sometimes colder. And in the summertime, it can get over 100. And not a single light has come loose anywhere on my house. And they also include additional clips and screws that you can use for even more support to make sure that they stay in place. And the second gen even come with these brackets that you can screw in to hold individual lights in place on tricky surfaces. As far as the lights being weatherproof, I've had no issues there. All of the electrical connections have rubber gaskets and connectors to make sure that everything stays dry. So if you're skeptical about the idea of these lights being actually permanent, based on my experience, I wouldn't be. Govee offers even more possibilities and options with their outdoor strip lights. These are an excellent, simple, flexible alternative because they can be installed just about anywhere. Just like the other outdoor lights, they can be used for holiday decoration or everyday accent lighting. Right now it's back to school time, but the holiday season is right around the corner. So if you've been on the fence about these lights, now's the time to go ahead and pick them up, get them installed, and you'll be good for years to come. If you're interested, check out the links down in the description. Aside from that, appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next one.